Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. Today we are taking a look around this 2005 Chaparral 270. It's fitted with a pair of MerCruiser 1.7 litre, 120 horsepower turbo diesel stern drives, and it has around about 380 hours on the clock. We've had this boat advertised for 3 or 4 weeks now with owner supplied photographs, but I've made the effort today to travel down to the boat to do a walk around video to give you a better idea. If you're thinking about this boat or you're interested in it, I just want to give you a better idea of the condition that it's in, the features that it has on board, and hopefully help you to figure out whether it might be the right boat for you. There has been quite a bit of interest in the boat, so I thought I'd make an effort to get down. Most people, it's a bit of an effort to travel to it, so I thought I would come down and try and answer some more questions and just give you a better idea of the condition that it's in. So we're going to take a walk around it now quickly, show you the condition it's in, show you all the features inside. It's a little windy today, so apologies if the sound quality out here isn't great, but just wanted to do a walk around the boat to give you a good look at the exterior. Beautiful shape of boat, really nice stylish lines, looks very fresh and modern. It's 29 foot long and has a beam of 9 foot 6 inches, so nice wide beam boat. And it is finished with black boot stripe or hull graphic there, black anti-fouling and black camper covers with the overall radar arch, the forward facing radar arch on it there as well. The exterior of the boat is in beautiful condition. Gel coat looks great above and below the rub rail. It's got a stainless steel rub rail, nice stainless steel anchor plate there as well, stainless steel bow roller, nice high stainless steel guardrails up around the bow. It is fitted with a bow thruster, which is great. At about this size, just makes berthing the boat a lot more straightforward. Those graphics are in good shape. Look at the Chaparral badge on the back end. Engine room vents look to be in good condition, as do the radar arch, the wee Chaparral badge up there. Windscreen surrounds all look good also. And you've got the portholes, high level portholes up on the deck, this one here in the aft cabin. Coming all the way back to the stern corner on the port side, condition is good. Couple of wee light marks here on the swim platform, but the rub rail looks pretty good. There's flexi-teak throughout this boat. Big chunky stainless steel cleat there on the stern. Whenever you're standing behind it, you get a sense of the size of that 9 foot 6 inches beam. The starboard side of the boat is also in nice condition. Again, I can't see any marks on the hull. Rub rail is in good shape, as are the bow rails up here. Again, you've got those twin portholes up on the deck. Horn, windscreen surround looks good on this side as well. Little small chip out of the gel coat here, but very minor. Just looks like a wee air pocket, actually, probably in the mould. You've got all your deck drains and things. They're all in good shape. Chaparral badge on this side. This is actually a slightly different badge on this side than the other side, but must have been replaced at some stage. And then we've got fuel filler here, water filler, exhaust for the diesel heater that's on board, deck scuppers as well. This boat has self-bailing decks and it is a category B rated boat, so offshore rated, although recently this boat has been used exclusively in freshwater on the Shannon here in Ireland. Taking a look below the waterline, this boat is fitted, as I said, with a pair of MerCruiser 1.7 litre diesels. They're 120 horsepower each and they're matched up to these Alpha 1 stern drive legs. Regularly serviced. I've known the previous 2 owners of this boat and they have been fastidious owners. You can tell by the condition of it, especially as we get inside. And it's been regularly serviced and maintained. Bellows on the stern drives look pretty much like new. This is actually a replacement stern drive. See, it's an SEI 16, so that's an aftermarket drive. This is a MerCruiser unit, so this has been replaced at some point in the past, but they're good drive. They're a exact replacement. It's fitted with a 19 pitch propeller. This one's counter rotating, left hand rotation, and this one here standard right hand rotation, 19 pitch as well, 3-blade aluminium. Props are in good shape. Drives are good, nice and clean and tidy. Bellows on this drive also look like brand new. All the anodes and things are good. There's no oil leaks or anything. All the trim ram seals look to be in good condition as well. Swim platform supports everything underneath here. Looks to be in good shape, and you've got trim tabs, Lenco trim tabs as well. fitted to the boat. So all in good condition there under the water. Then we have this huge swim platform, full width of the boat. Nice integrated 3-step stainless steel boarding ladder with stainless steel handrails here, and all laid in flexi-teak decking. Stepping on board then, we have a big transom locker here where you can fire in your shore power lead and things like that. You've also got the shore power connection point in there and the little pocket for running the cable out of. And then we've one step up through this lockable transom door and then into the single level cockpit. So a huge big cockpit, again, really makes use of that full 9 foot 6 inches beam. And you've got a lovely seating area here on the starboard side. Rear bench will accommodate at least 3 people, maybe 4. This little front bench will accommodate 2 in comfort, so you can sit 5 or 6 people around the table. And twin wide helm seat in front of that. Cockpit wet bar on the port side, and then a nice little twin wide lounger seat there, tucked in behind the windscreen over on the port side as well. The camper covers in this boat are worth a mention because they are in like brand new condition. I think they were replaced maybe 3 years ago or 4 at the most. They're in absolutely perfect condition. It has this nice sweeping rear extension, so you get full sitting headroom back there. You know, you don't lose any headroom as you're walking around here, even as you're coming in. You know, the only thing you might have to do is if you get the door rolled up, is just duck underneath, but you get full standing headroom back as far as here. So a really good set of covers, all in very good condition. And look at this here, even. So we've got little arch lights on this boat, and you sort of think, oh well, the covers are up, so you're not going to see them, but they've left these little pockets in the covers, little clear screens, so the arch lights will still illuminate the cockpit after dark whenever they're switched on. So, you know, that's very clever as well. So really good set of covers, and if you've ever replaced a set of camper covers, you'll know how expensive they are. So the fact that they're in perfect condition is a big bonus. You'll also notice that this entire boat is laid in flexi decking. So the reason for that, well, one of the reasons for it is that the previous owner of the boat is the Irish agent for flexi-teak. So he used this as a bit of a showpiece. So he totally done everything. Beautiful teak, flexi-teak with white pinstripes, and it's a fabulous job. And it was only done maybe 3 years ago, I think, as well. The Chaparral logo and the footrest there at the helm. So very nice. Complemented by this real teak table as well, which is not the standard table. So a nice teak table. And you've even got these little teak steps, you know, on the gunnels. So if you're hopping over, say if you're tied up alongside a pier or something, you can step up over the gunnel there on the port side. And similarly on the starboard side, you've got that little step in there. So a few other things to point out. We've got a pull-out transom shower back here. So hot and cold shower. At the transom, we've got our battery isolator switches and trips located here, which is very easy to get to whenever you're boarding the boat and leaving it for turning things off and on. We've got this nice little cockpit wet bar, pressurized running water there, cold water, little pull-out bin here. There is a bin for that the owner has stored in the garage, he was telling me, so that's a handy wee storage compartment. We've got diesel heating on this boat, Eberspasher heating with an outlet down here so you can heat the cockpit. Are there any other outlets up here? I think it's just the single outlet. Oh, there's another one over there, that little black boil. So you've got 2 outlets to heat the cockpit area. The upholstery on this boat is all original and in absolutely immaculate condition. For 2005 boat, it's exceptionally clean. Whenever I arrived, the owner had everything covered with, you know, sheets and things. You know, and I'm pretty sure that all the previous owners of this boat have been similarly careful with it. So it's an absolutely immaculate shape, really nice condition. What else do we have back here? We have a little diesel. Is that a diesel isolator valve? What is that? Oh, that's for the macerator for discharging your holding tank at sea. Little recessed area with a couple of cup holders, stainless steel cup holders, low level cockpit lighting throughout the cockpit so you can illuminate it nicely after dark. And then this little seat up on the port side is also in immaculate condition. 2 cup holders up forward, wee storage area, And whenever you're sitting down there, you're going to be really well protected from the wind behind the windscreen, even if you have the covers off. And you get this stainless steel handrail here as well. So the twin wide helm seat is easily big enough to accommodate 2 adults. You've got flip up bolsters on both sides, so you can sit on top of the bolsters, makes it really easy to get in and out of here. We've got this elevated footrest that we saw with Chaparral logo, looks really smart. And then we have tilt adjust steering wheel, full suite of marine Chaparral engine instruments, everything. Obviously we haven't been able to run the engines here today, but whenever it's keyed on, checked everything seems to be working, bar this trim gauge here isn't working. But other than that, everything else is working. Let's switch on some equipment. Got a depth sounder on there, digital depth sounder, steering compass, windscreen wiper, needs a wiper blade. The owner, I don't know if that, I think he said he's pulled his blade fell off and he pulled the circuit breaker on it, so that would need reinstated with a windscreen wiper. We've got a bow thruster on this boat, as I said, working perfectly. These are drive trim switches for trimming the stern drives up and down. These are your trim tab controls, all working. Twin throttle and shift levers, obviously, because it's got a twin engine setup. Just want to point this builder's plate out as well. She's category B rated for offshore use, but even though this one has primarily been on freshwater, rated for 10 passengers as well. Anchor windlass on her, which is all working as well, electric anchor windlass. And then switches for bilge pumps, arch lights, nav lights, depth center court lights, horn, blower motor, everything is working there. And we do also have little hour clocks here. Now the owner said that these just come on whenever the engines are running, so it gives you the engine hours, and he's telling me that the current hours are around about 370, 380. So there you go. Oh, and this is a remote for an old stereo, so that's not working because there's a brand new Bluetooth stereo has been fitted downstairs. 2 stainless steel cup holders, great visibility out through the screen whenever you're sitting down in the seat, and loads of room to stand up here as well. So nice comfortable steering position. The boat's fitted with those MerCruiser 1.7s, so 120 horsepower a piece with 19 pitch props. It does get up on plane quickly. The owner was telling me he's even able to ski behind it. He gets up on 2 skis, so that's pretty impressive actually. I didn't think it would be as sharp as that, but so it does get up on plane pretty quickly. And top speed, he says, is 29 miles an hour. He says it just won't break 30 miles an hour, but doing 29. But this is a boat that's more about sort of slower speed cruising. You're probably going to comfortably cruise at about 18 to 20 miles an hour without killing the engines. You don't want to be revving the head off those things, so you're probably going to be cruising 18, 20 miles an hour. Nice to have a bit of speed if you need to get home in a hurry, but typically speaking, it's sort of slow speed cruising. It's ideally suited to the inland waterways here, on the Shannon and the Earn system, where it will mainly be pottering about and on the plane every now and again. So that is how the boat runs. Obviously we can't do a sea trail because the boat's still on the hard, but if anybody is interested, if you're thinking about buying the boat, we certainly will be able to get a sea trail before completion. So, but lovely dash, all in very nice condition, and yeah, well appointed with the bow thruster, the twin engines and all that sort of stuff. It's everything you need certainly for inland navigating. To get access out onto the foredeck of this boat, you have these molded in steps here, center opening windscreen, so you can fold that windscreen open. You can roll up the center section of the covers and hop up through the screen to get out onto the foredeck. So if you're going out to drop, although you have the anchor windlass controls from here, you can go out and see what you're doing. And there's also sun pad cushions for the bow on the boat too, because it is quite a broad bow with a full, that 9 foot 6 inches beam. So you see the button poppers out there. You can pop on the sun pad cushions and do a bit of sun lounging out there as well. And then the cabin is accessed via this sliding door. Beautiful stainless steel handrail. And then we've got, just flip that catch open, 3 steps down into the cabin. And then this is where the 9 foot 6 inches beam really comes into its own, because it is that much, a little bit wider than most other 25, 26, 27 footers. It means that you can have this offset dinette layout. So you got a dinette arrangement here on the port side that converts into a double bed. You've got a fixed permanent double berth up forward. You've got your galley over here on the starboard side and heads compartment behind it. And then you also have a aft cabin with another double berth. So you can actually sleep 6 people downstairs on this boat, which is fantastic. It makes it a really suitable boat for family use, and just makes it that much more usable than most other entry-level sports cruisers. Another thing to point out here is that there's absolutely stacks of headroom. I'm 5'10", got at least another 2 or 3 inches above my head, so you know, if you're a 6-footer, you're going to be able to move around the cabin without whacking your head off everything. So it's beautifully appointed. Being a Chaparral, very high build quality on these boats, and the condition is excellent for a 2005 boat. Really is in remarkably good order. We'll take a quick look around it now, but we'll start with a galley. Nice large galley, loads of countertop space, solid surface countertop, Corian effect counter. We've got 240 volt shore power in this boat, so this is an electric hob. We've also got electric microwave oven. We've got 240 volt sockets here. This is our heating controller for the diesel heating, so Eberspeicher heating. That's 12 volts, so it runs off the diesel tank, so you can use that whenever. You've obviously got the 2 outlets out in the cockpit, and there's more outlets in here. You've got this outlet down here, and I think that might be it actually in the cabin. But those things put out so much heat that that's all you need. You put that on for 20 minutes or half an hour and you'd be put out by the heat in here. We've got nice stainless steel sink, water pressure switch here, storage in behind these little sliding perspex panels, storage up here on that little shelf area, big storage compartment in here. This is actually another 240 volt socket, but it's powered to a battery inverter. So there's a huge big bow thruster battery in here, we'll show you in a wee minute, and there's a battery inverter that runs off that, so it converts that 12 volt power to 240 volts, so you can run, you know, the odd bit of 240 volt equipment without being plugged into shore power. So that's a nice little touch as well. Your fire blankets and fire extinguishers, overhead lights here, open and port light there. You've got the fixed double berth up forward that you can screen off with these curtains. So not a huge double up here, but certainly big enough for a couple of kids. The main berth is in the aft cabin, but we've got a little flat screen TV in here, overhead spotlights, reading lights at the head of the bed, huge big opening deck hatch for a bit of natural light and ventilation. You've got screens on that as well, so you can screen that off at night time. Storage bins up on both sides also. I get distracted there before I finished the galley. Actually, if you take a look below the counter, there's a pile of more storage, and also this really smart looking isotherm fridge. If I had a hazard a guess, I would say that that's younger than the boat. It looks like it's a retrofit item, because I don't think that they had these stainless steel fronted fridges out in 2005, but looks to be really fresh and clean and tidy. You've got these drawers here, every drawer all running nicely, and then another big cupboard here, so absolutely stacks of storage for a 27 footer. It is a very large galley, so if you're looking for a boat that you're going to go away and spend weekends on and even longer periods on the water, you know, this is ideal because there's so much space in the galley. In here then, let's have a look in here. You get a little bin on the back of this door, and then there's your bow thruster battery. It is massive. That is your bow thruster motor, and that is your battery inverter that is wired to the plug in the galley. Also, you can use it in there for more storage space. Over on the port side then, we have our dinette arrangement. So nice big table. It'll accommodate 4 people around the table, 2 twin bench seats. We've got more storage underneath the seats. If you lift those up, piles of storage in there, piles of storage in there, and even storage down in here as well. So absolutely tons of storage. This whole cabin floor, I should say, is actually like fiberglass lined. So it's got a full fiberglass liner on it. So there's no plywood, no carpet to get wet. One tiny wee bit of carpet on the step there. This flooring is all the teak and holly flooring as well. So it's all solid flooring. So it's a very easy boat to keep clean and to maintain. The upholstery in here is perfect as well. Not a single mark anywhere. And very nice dinette. That table then can drop down There's a filler cushion goes in there, and you can make that up into quite a large double berth actually. You know, good size double, and the filler cushion is in the aft cabin, which we'll look at in a wee minute. Then we've got a pile of more storage over here. These opening lockers. So for all your little odds and ends, all the clips and catches and hinges and joinery on this boat are in great condition as well. We've got these 2 opening port lights on the port side. We have, this is another 240 volt socket, just an American style socket, but I've socketed after to make that work. Test, I don't know what that is. What is that? Don't know. Something to do with the shore power system. This is your switch panel for your shore power. It's for all your 240 volt equipment. And then this is your new Bluetooth stereo, which has been recently fitted as well. So you can hook up to your phone and plays through the speakers on the boat. The existing boat speakers. There's a couple out in the cockpit. I think there's maybe another 1 or 2 down here as well. More storage hanging locker in here. And then we've got decent access into the aft cabin. Again, you have a curtain to screen off the aft cabin area. And you come in through this entryway. Decent bit of headroom here at the head of the bed. Open and port light there. Little 12 volt power socket for charging phones and things at night time. Overhead spotlights. And then a nice wide double berth. So big double berth here. That's your filler cushion for the dinette downstairs. That actually looks like it might be a filler cushion for upstairs as well, for the back end. So you might be able to turn that into a sun lounger or an extra bed as well, because that's the color of the outside upholstery. This is the color of the inside upholstery. And then this is, I don't know what this is, whether it's storage. Yeah, more storage actually. Huge big storage bin in there as well. So all the headliners, all in good condition. Lights down at the foot of the bed. Mattress and everything's in good shape. It's absolutely bucketing down with rain here now at the minute, and there's no drips or anything. I mean, there's no evidence of any water leaks in this boat anyway, but it's always good to get put to the test in a good rain shower. So yeah, nice dry boat. So there you go, that's the aft cabin. Nice big double bed in there. And then the heads compartment is at the aft end on the starboard side. Full length mirror on the back of the bathroom door, which is good. And we have a pump out Jabsco toilet. Again, teak decking, flexi teak decking on the floor in here. Sink with hot and cold running water. Switch panel for your lights and head vent system. And also there's a wee level indicator for the holding tank, which is good. Open and port light, overhead spotlights. And this whole compartment is lined and drained with a shower curtain. So you can lift out the tap, put it up there, and you can shower in here as well. So a nice spacious heads compartment, which is ideal and essential on a boat like this, which is a sort of good family weekender. With the table removed then, just set up here to get into the engine bay. This is the big engine hatch here. We just need to fold this seat. This actual backrest flips forward, flips up, and then that seat disappears into a pocket behind there, which is very handy. So you can actually, if you're, say you're fishing off the boat or something, you can fold that seat out of the way so it goes completely flat there. But that's also how we get the engine hatch up. So let's do that now and show you the engine bay. So with the hatch up then, got a huge big wide entry into the engine bay. One step down, you get this little step here at the front of the engine bay. So fitted with a pair of MerCruiser 1.7 litre, 120 horsepower stern drives. And yeah, as I said, about 370 hours on them. They are not the biggest engine in the world, but they do the job. They get the boat up on plane quickly enough for the owner to be able to do a bit of skiing actually behind this boat. And top speed is just a shade under 30 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour. So the engines themselves, the engine bay is like the rest of the boat, super clean and tidy. The engines are in good order. We have battery bank down there on the port side. We've got fresh water pumps, calorifiers, trim motor brackets, diesel fuel filter, water separators, holding tank over there. There's your Ebersplasher diesel heater, electronic system. We've got a fairly new looking battery charger in there, fire extinguishing system, and fuel tank underneath the step there with all your feed hoses and stuff. So a nice handy engine bay to get around for maintenance, service checks, and as I said, nice and clean and tidy. So there you go, that's the Chaparral 270 sports cruiser. Hopefully this little video tour has given you a better idea of what this boat's like, the condition that it's in, the features inside it, and whether it might be of interest to you. It is a very smart boat, impeccably maintained and looked after by the current owners and the previous owners, and there's loads of nice upgrades and additions on this one. So it's got the twin engines, bow thruster, all the teak decks, teak table, all that sort of stuff, teak floor in the cabin, the recent set of camper covers which are in great condition, the heating system, the little battery inverter, and all mod cons, you know. So it is a proper weekender. You know, you could definitely go away for 3 or 4 nights on board with a family of 4. It'll sleep up to 6 downstairs and potentially even another 2 people up here. So you really can use it as a bit of a floating holiday cottage, you know. So lovely boat, very nice condition, ideally suited to the Shannon here, and it's all in very good order. So if you are interested, if you want to come and see it, give me a shout. We can make a time for you to come and view the boat in person. If you want to arrange a sea trial or a survey, if you want to discuss an offer or the logistics of getting the boat home to your own marina, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Give me a call on the number at the top of our website, or send me an email to sales@gulfstreamshop.com, or fill out the callback request form on this page of our site, and I'll contact you at a time is convenient. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you find it useful.